let you smoke your good, mild cigars. Kick over her vanity table. On your way out, 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 out.
Morning cigar and a cup of coffee. Morning cigar and a cup of coffee. Clear my mind, do not disturb, fuck up off me. Bird serenade while I pull in the shade. Morning cigar and a cup of coffee. Morning cigar and a cup of coffee. That's it. Clear my mind, do not disturb, fuck up off me. Bird serenade while I pull in the shade. Usually I'm hard to find. Smoke a cigar, watching stars align. I'm still leaving with the bag if the car decline. False idol during borrowed time. And it's a domino effect when people fall in line. I know that's your bitch, but let's say I call her mine. Cause she accept the invite, you get your call decline. A firm grip on the skins like it's a handshake. I had to scoop a few sides, it's a damn plate. Create a soundtrack for the landscape. Thick smoke, line of notes with the bandmates. You gotta watch for the suits and the scam snakes. Put in projections of figures that niggas can't make. I'm underground, near the roots, just a man Drake. A different fan base from the roots and the man Drake. It's the passion that you can't fake. Tap into the ashtray. A new leaf on my last day. Morning cigar and a cup of coffee. Morning cigar and a cup of coffee. Clear my mind.
Yeah, he brought the Casamigos out tonight.
I did, man. Special occasion.
That right there was my boy Baby Astro. He has False Idol dropping August 20th. Catch him at Reggae Bar. It's your boy Loser Lou, just sitting back in the West Side. Happy to be back home where I can control the temperature a little bit better. I did do one of these shirtless in my last studio because it was so hot.
Titties out.
Yeah, they were out, bro. I didn't give a fuck.
That's on OnlyFans.
So we're gonna have a good night tonight. Got Smitty with me. Smitty's never here, so that's cool having him around. Smitty, if they want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you?
Find me on Instagram, Sinclair_A. Check out the Lew Sico podcast también. Yeah, man, I'm a hermit. I don't know. I'll come back.
I appreciate you, Dave. Good to see you today, Francisco. How you doing today?
Good, man. A long day, but it's been good.
If they want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you?
Get at me at Francisco Cortes 210. It's Cortes, Cortes 210.
On Instagram?
Instagram, yeah.
Yeah, things like that.
Yeah. Twitter.
And we got Mr. Hendricks sitting here today. How you been today?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
If they want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you?
They can find me on Instagram. It is jhendrick, HENDRICK_photo.
Well, it's July 21st. It's around 89 degrees. And it's kind of hot in here, but I'm all right. I just woke up from a nap. You know how when you wake up, you're just kind of like trying to get used to the world? So I'm just trying to get used to it. I had a few drinks in me.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Woke up a little bit. Trying to get there. Today was fun. Work was cool. Working at Ingram Mall is always fun. What you do today? You said you had a busy day.
Not too busy, man. Long. Got on my bicycle, man. I'm trying to get fit.
Oh, that's right. You're off for the summer. That's right.
I am, man. Yeah, no. I took advantage of the weather because it's cloudy, so I did like a 25 mile bike ride.
God damn.
Yeah.
Did you ride anywhere fun?
South side.
Yeah.
South side. Yeah. South side and back. Around downtown, the south side and back. I'm over here on the west side too. So yeah, it was like 25, 26 miles, and then just kind of fucked around, and then edited, and then went to go shoot for Art Pace. Did that for a couple hours.
What were you shooting out there?
They have a in resident artist program, right? So they get people from like Texas, United States, and I think an international artist, and they live there for a couple months and they create art, and then they have an exhibiting night. So I shot that, man. It was pretty cool. It's pretty dope. I mean, it's the type of thing I'd probably be at anyways, but show up with my camera, get paid. See some weird fucking art. Some of it I get it, some of it I do fucking not understand. But
Nod your head and smile.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's it. Now I'm here.
Thanks for coming out tonight.
Yeah,
I know it's
thank you.
kind of late.
No, it's not, man.
Yeah.
No, I still got plenty of energy.
What you do today? Did you work?
No, man. I don't work anymore.
Really?
I retired in May.
Oh, hell yeah.
So your boy is just chilling right now. But like I was telling you earlier, daughter's out of school, so I was chilling until she got out of school. Now it's like, like I said, I've seen everything at the zoo 10 times. I've been to Aquarium too many times. Like, but it's all good. You know, you got to appreciate that. I got time to chill with her, you know, from day to night. So I'm good. That's it. Man. Busy, but all good.
When you said aquarium, I remember like it was like maybe last year or so. Some guy stole a shark from the aquarium right down the street.
Dude.
You remember hearing about that?
Yeah. A little janky ass aquarium.
Yeah.
It used to be like a fucking car lot.
Yeah, it used to be a car lot.
And it was like,
In good old Leon Valley.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he stole like a fucking nurse shark or something like that.
That is so good.
And he put it like in the stroller. Dude. And then they ended up catching him like stealing meat at Walmart or HEB.
Shit. That's some
You
shit I
need
would
to
do,
feed the
man.
shark, dog.
I never thought of it like that. That's funny.
Googling, what do sharks eat?
Yo, what do sharks eat? I got
Fucking
this shark in the
Sparky
crib.
Oh, meat? Oh, okay.
Just meat.
Got
Wow.
this guy in the bathtub. I gotta feed him.
Man, I guess that's where he did keep
Where
it, like
would
in
you
the
put that
bathtub.
thing?
Yeah,
What you
right.
gonna do? Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's crazy.
I was out in Corpus this weekend. A friend of mine was trying his hardest to catch a shark. Kept catching all these little guppies. We were on the pier. I was there for like an hour, and I was just like, all right, I'm done. Like y'all are fishing. I'm not fishing.
Yeah.
Like I didn't bring no pole. I ain't doing this. Like it's too
I'm
hot.
not gonna watch him.
Yeah, I don't want. I mean, I'm not gonna get drunk watch you fish. I'm sorry.
I mean, stealing a shark from the aquarium, like that's not
pretty
that bad
good.
of an idea.
That's pretty good.
That it sounds like a
And
real
it's
San Antonio
so
thing
easy.
to do.
Yeah, I was like, I could see myself fucking doing that. You know, like one day.
You ready?
I could see
Sloth-
someone
like a
barred
sloth.
out just doing that.
Yeah,
Like, just.
yeah, and then getting caught.
Put it in the
stealing meat.
stroller.
But they didn't even get caught with the shark.
I
Like
know,
that,
that's so
that's
dumb.
what always tripped me out. It was like,
Oh shit.
They
Dude.
probably thought it was a stuffed animal from the gift shop. Dog.
oh my god.
You just walked out with it holding
Just
it.
fucked up, right?
That's crazy.
But the meat, I'm curious what type of meat, dude. Dude, when I was a kid, I got caught stealing fucking canned shrimp. Believe that? And then I got banned. I got banned from the
The
grocery
motivation
store.
behind that. Canned shrimp.
Where were you stealing canned shrimp from?
You
Dude,
just had to have
on the
shrimp?
south, I just had to. I was just
Had them scrimps?
little mañoso, dude. But no, there's this like little grocery store on the south side called Buddy's. It was run by these like I think they're Chinese, man. And it was maybe like 4 blocks from my mom's house. So my mom would always send me there, get this and that. It was like summertime, so I was like, oh, fucking canned shrimp with some lime. I'm gonna fucking take it, right? So I got fucking caught. I didn't get like I got banned, you know. But what's funny is that the way that I got punished for that was my mom didn't know, so she'd be like, "Oh, get this from Buddy's." I can't go to fucking Buddy's, right? Corner store doesn't have what she wants. So I gotta go to fucking HEB and chingas on my bike, dude. And I'm like, we're in between 2 HEBs, right? Equal like distance apart. So I had to like go fucking haul ass over there and like buy shit at HEB and like haul ass back all sweaty. And be like, here, I got this from Buddy's.
With no change. Like, yo, where's my change? Because HEB is
It's like, let me see that receipt. Don't worry about the receipt. I lost it.
Don't worry about the bag.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
That's pretty
That's
funny.
dumb.
What part of the South did you grow up on? So I remember that water tower you posted earlier.
Yeah, I was like
few days
over
ago.
there. Man, we were all over the south side. The south side, west side, east side. Dude, we moved houses like every fucking like 10 months, man. Like we're just bouncing around all the time. But that was like over by, kind of think like Bud Jones.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that area
okay.
over
So
there,
like,
where
yeah,
like
yeah,
Flipside
yeah.
used to be
Yeah.
over there. Yeah. Yeah. So then they turned Buddies into like a gym, and then they turned into like a fucking Dollar General or something like that, dude. But yeah, that my mom still stays right there in that same house.
Man, was that back when military was popping on Sunday
Oh,
nights?
fuck yes, dude. Fuck yes. Dude, okay, so that's like commercial and Harding, and so that's only like 4 blocks from military, man. So I just like sneak out and go walk my ass over there. Be fucking Nesio, like, you know, because it wasn't just about cruising. It's like you hang out like in the parking lot
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
and
yeah.
just see all the crazy shit go down, man. And that was fun, man. I ain't gonna lie, you saw some crazy stuff.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was an interesting
was-
time to be alive.
I
Like,
wish I would have been taking pictures at that time. Dude.
Yes, yes.
Dude, I wish, man. But saw
I
some
wish I
crazy
would have
stuff.
taken more pictures in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I wish I would have taken a little more serious, and it was just like, I was just, I was a kid. I was just
Yeah,
having
yeah.
fun with it. So, like,
Bro, I was
Like-
born and raised like Lackland area.
Yeah?
And so Marbach was like downtown to me. Like that was like, yo, go to Marbach. Like you going down to the city. Like we going into
Going into town.
going into town. You know, I was like, it's crazy.
Nah, military was fucking cool, man. And that was still at the time when there was, lowriders cruising.
Yeah.
Eventually they got like Yukons and 22s, and then like, it kind of went downhill.
There was just so much going on that like,
Dude, much.
You can't even like, I don't know. It was just one of those
So
things
much
where like
good
you
and
had to be
bad.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the
Yeah,
bad stuff was still
yeah.
kind of cool that would happen. But
Yeah, I remember this guy. What happened? This girl was like walking on the sidewalk, right? And she was just like in a Spurs jersey, just like fucking just Spurs jersey, like no pants, like nalgas out, right? And this guy cruises by and like slaps her ass, right? So she fucking gets crazy, of course, And this dude, I see him just fucking get out, just calm, man. That's what tripped me out. I was like, just calm. He just like stopped. The guy driving stopped. The other guy in the passenger gets out, pops the trunk, fucking AK, boom, 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 fucking starts making her dance, like shooting her feet, dude. Yeah. And then just as chill as he got out of the car, he just put it back in the trunk, and fucking got off, pulled off. Yeah.
Man.
Got on,
Wow.
pulled off. Yeah, shit like that. I remember shit like that. Or I just be talking to people and like, it's just like confrontation by proximity. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you see somebody and everybody's there. And then so shit goes down just because, like
Energy.
you've been looking
Yeah.
for this motherfucker. He's been looking for you. And it's like, oh, there we are. So it was a lot of that shit though. But it was
That's
it was fun. It was fun to observe. I didn't start taking pictures till like after that. Till after they shut it down when they
what year did they shut that down?
they shut it down like 2000, 2001,
Yeah.
2002. That girl that got fucking killed with the shotgun, man, like up by like, yeah. Well, she didn't have anything to do with it, anything. So
Just wrong place,
she
wrong
got
time.
hit. Yeah, it was like right there by Flipside, by Bud Jones, and then yeah, they shut that shit down, dude. Like you couldn't fucking like even go up like Military Drive like twice without cops like pulling you over. They recognize your car. They're fucking yeah. They
You want
police
to get
that
one
shit
pass,
hard.
one go?
Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to get a
go.
fucking HEB, man. Come on.
Yeah, I remember it was Military Sundays, and then like Commerce on Saturdays.
Yeah. I never went to Commerce
Yeah,
though.
I remember that one. That was
Because I had a car, but it was like a fucking Dodge Neon. It was like purple too. So like, I'm not trying to fucking cruise that. Even military, I was like, I'll just walk.
I'll just
over
walk
there.
out.
Yeah, I'll just walk over there and fucking kick it for a while, man.
And you didn't grow up in San Antonio, did you?
No, man, New York City.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What part of the city?
In Queens. Yeah. So talking about pictures and stuff around that time, that's like the whole Ricky Powell, man. That's why he was like
yeah.
what he was, you know?
yeah,
like that was the dude that did what we're talking about doing,
Yeah.
right? Always had a
Okay,
camera.
lazy hustler, or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah,
it's called.
yeah, man. So yeah, New York, man. That's born and raised.
Sick.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
what brought you to Texas?
Military.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Military,
that seems to draw a lot of people to San
yeah,
Antonio.
it was. Yeah, and cost of living, right? So,
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
you can get a house here for 150. Well, probably not now, but
Not
I
now,
remember
dude. Yeah.
like this place was like what 80,000 13
Yo.
years ago.
I lived in San Diego. Anything outside of that, you're good.
Really?
San Diego, hell of expensive. Yeah, for sure. I had a house in San Diego. I paid relatively cheap, right? I paid like $400. I sold it for $600.
Hell yeah.
Like 4, maybe 5 years after I had it. So in 4 years, I made like X amount of money. And recently I've been looking, maybe possibly going back to San Diego. And I was like, I wonder how much the house is going for. I've only been away I've sold the house 6 years ago. Bro, my same house that I sold for $6 is over $1 million right now.
Wow.
So can't go back to San Diego. Moral of the story is we're not going to San Diego, dog. Yeah, bro. So with that in perspective, right? It's like, out here it's way better for us.
Right? The cost of
for
living
sure.
is cheap,
For sure.
but it sure is getting hotter.
Yeah, well, I mean, everywhere, right? Global warming, supposedly. So,
The grid's only getting smaller, I guess. Here in
Yeah.
Texas.
But Texas is dope. I mean, I came like I want to say like 2 or 3 years before I got here. So I got here in 19. I probably came to visit in 17. I had a friend out here, and that trip was based on whether I was going to come or not. So I came to see him for like a week, and I was like, all right, let me come check out, what's San Antonio all about, and then that'll help me decide where I go to ultimately retire. So came out here, and I thought it was dope. I like the scene. I like the fact that like you can go, let's say 20 minutes. It seems like everything's 20 minutes away. You can
you're
go
right.
in any direction 20 minutes and be in any atmosphere that you choose to be in, right? Like you can be chilling, you can go to the hood, you can go get a get a tattoo or get like you can go anywhere and like you're gonna find you go to the lake. I can go tubing. Like you can do anything you want. Like and it seems like it's always the same clique of people. Like even though you're in a different atmosphere, the people are something ties them together either way. You know, like New York is not like that.
Poverty.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe it's poverty. I don't know, but there's something bringing people because I mean, think about it. Like I came out here. I've known you. I met all you guys through different venues, but ultimately, all I do is photography. So that's the focal point for all of us knowing each other, and it's crazy. Like that third degree of separation goes even further for me. You know?
Yeah. I mean,
You had
earlier
Albert
we were talking about how we knew Homegirl.
Yeah, and then you had Albert here, you had Dom here, you had Jose. Like I know all those dudes too. Like it's crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah, the degrees of separation is pretty like it's real around here.
Yeah, and I haven't ran into like I was thinking about opening like something, right? Coffee shop, tattoo shop, or something. And everyone that I've gone to talk to, who owns one of those like businesses, has been like completely open. Like, oh yeah, dog, you want to do a tattoo parlor? Like, oh, you got to do this. Oh, you don't need a license. All you need is this. Like, yo, open arms.
They
like,
let you up.
No gatekeeping.
and I think that's dope. Like, it's not like that everywhere else. You know, everyone's trying to keep their own thing and keep a little secret here or there. And you know, like they may feed you some info, but not like that. Not like that.
I know the tattoo world was very closed off for a long time, and it finally, like in the past, like 15 years, it really opened up.
Yeah, Celebrity Ink. You ever been down there?
Is it a shop or
Yeah,
is it a show?
it's a shop.
Yeah?
It's a shop. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
But he just sold the name, so now it's called Sacred Art Tattoo. And he's one of those dudes that like you know went in there, talked to him, and he put me on game and everything. I've done some pictures for him and working on a video for him also, you know. But aside from that, like he's been completely open with the business model, you know. And that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, it is dope. Yeah, I like it. San Antonio's good.
So what you been up to? Other than just riding the bike.
Riding the bike.
What you been shooting?
The bike I've been trying to get my fitness, dude, because I had done that trip back home to Mexico, and
Man, that it looked amazing out there.
I did like a ride out. Dude, it's fucking crazy. My neighbor over there, my neighbors are like family, man.
When you say like Mexico, like southern Mexico?
Like southern Mexico, so on the border between Oaxaca and Veracruz. It's a jungle. It's called like La Selva Chinantla, right? The Chinantla jungle. And my neighbor, which is wild, man, he's like this older guy. He's like actually in his 70s. Very fucking like involved in I don't know what, man, for like forever. And then like 5 years ago, right, he's like, I'm gonna do fucking cycling. I'm like, oh, okay, pretty fucking cool, man, with the whole fucking stretchy pants and everything, right? And I'm into fucking bike riding, right? So the last time I went in January, he's like, yeah, man, like, you know, I'll find somebody to lend you a bike. And so we went out there, man. This last time I went a couple weeks ago, and dude, we were like 22-mile ride like through the fucking jungle. Dude.
That's crazy.
And I was like, all right. I was like, I need to get fucking in shape to like do this even more, man. So like that's why I've been on my bike a lot, even though it's hot as fuck over here, man. But now aside from that, I got summer off. So I mean, I went to Mexico at the beginning of summer. Did a photo camp through Art Pace with like kids like 10 to 14. And then just been hanging out with my kid and like kicking it, man. And then also trying to just do a bunch of shit that I don't do during the regular year because I'm busy as fuck most of the time, dude. Like there's just things that I don't get to. But yeah, just chilling, man. It's been nice. It's honestly like the best. My birthday was like last weekend.
Oh hell yeah!
Happy birthday, bro.
And thank you. It's been like the best summer in a while, man. I feel like I'm on some eat, pray, love shit right now. Like I'm just trying to find myself, you know?
Hell
Like,
yeah, that's what's up. That is.
It
It seems like a good time too.
And it's like fucking working, dude. Like I'm just trying different shit out, you know, like doing different things, and yeah, man. Trying to get myself ready before like fucking school starts, because like once that shit starts, like
That's
it's chaos, man.
That's when the work sets in.
Yeah, so if I could kind of get in a good place before then I feel like I'll be okay during most of the year.
So Francisco started something called Light Catchers.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. What made you start that?
So Light Catchers, it's a Light Catcher Society. Officially last year we got nonprofit status, which is pretty dope because if people want to donate money, it makes it a lot easier. That's basically like the main benefit. But I mean, it's a youth photography program, 6th graders on the east side, Booker T. Washington Elementary. I heard on a podcast, you like shouted out, you said like George Washington. Fuck that guy. Okay. But
Booker T, my bad.
Booker T, no, it's like it's very different. But no, just joking around, man. But no, I mean, I've been doing photography with kids for the last 15, 16 years, man, in one way or another. And the reason I started it, because that's your question, is I always wanted to do photography growing up, man. And then I grew up like South Side, West Side, East Side, and like I didn't fucking have that, you know. So then like I didn't get to do it till I got to college, and I was lucky enough to fucking go to college, right? And then I remember like taking my first photography class, and I was like, oh, I fucking dig this, man. But I had been with dudes that, you know, and women that had been taking photography since they're like 10, because they had access to it, you know. Obviously, people that didn't fucking grow up like me. So, so then, I mean, my goal at first was my degrees are in photojournalism and Chicano studies.
Uh-huh.
But what happened is when I entered college, the internet wasn't what it is now. So I'm kind of showing my age right now.
Yeah,
but
I know what you mean.
Yeah, man. By the time I graduated, like it kind of blew up a bit. So everybody's getting their news for free, right? So like newspapers, magazines are just like not hiring or firing like all photojournalists, right? So I was like, oh, all right. So I also do this on the side. So then I got into like teaching. I did an art program through Mexicarte in Austin. Uh-huh. I was like 3rd grade. I was like, oh, this is what I want to do, man. But at the same time, I was like, I want to give that to kids, because like I didn't have it, and I was just like so bitter about it too, man. Like straight up, I was just like, fuck, dude, this fucking. Well, you know, like when you grow up like a certain way, like your world is your world. Your house. The 5-6 blocks around your house or your school, that's it. That's it, man.
That's it.
So it's like you don't realize how shitty of an education you get when you grow up in the hood. So then when you go to a place where you're with people that didn't have that, then you realize like, oh, this is fucked up, man. Like this is some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give kids that. I mean, like I don't know. Photography has like done a lot for me. It's helped me, in all types of ways. And then so I was done with kids, and then over at Booker T, then I saw somebody. Who was this cat? Mark Menjivar. I don't know if you know who that is. He's a photographer. He did this Borderlands project.
From here?
He's from here, yeah, man.
Oh, okay.
Borderlands project with kids. I think they were high school kids, maybe. I went to an exhibit they had. It was like fucking dope. And
when you say Borderlands, you mean like in the valley?
Like over the border, yeah. And they like did a photo project. They had like these journals, and it was like migrants crossing. And I was like, holy shit. Like it made me realize like you could do significant stuff with like kids, and they can handle it and they can do it, right?
Yeah.
So that made me like step my game up over at the school. And the same thing is at the same time, like we didn't have an art teacher at the school. So initially when I did Light Catchers, it was like an art after school program.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this school has been open since like 1941, man. We didn't have a fucking art teacher, right?
Wow.
The next year after I did it, then they finally like hired like an art teacher. Now we got an art teacher. But at the same time, like kids growing up in the hood, like they need stuff like this.
Yeah.
You need art. You need creativity to create. Do art to heal, man. Like these kids are going through it.
Yeah,
like,
I mean they
dude.
It seems like they're going through real situations.
Yeah, people are sometimes like the topics that we touch on, because basically the way it works is the first half of the year we do all types of photography. They learn, we do experimental photography, anything. In the second half of the year we focus on a specific social justice topic that affects them directly, right? And so sometimes it's like mass incarceration, gentrification, like education equality. And sometimes people are like, "Oh, that's pretty fucking heavy." I'm like, "Yeah, motherfucker, like that's what these kids are going through. Like it is heavy."
So you're making them think, and you're making them face like what they're going through.
Yeah, man. And at the same time, get educated about it. So when people like talk shit to them or like want to counter them on something, like they know, like, yeah, these are the facts. These are the points, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna let you, because language is important, man. Like like sometimes people don't have the facts, or they're just not right, but they'll talk slick in a certain way, and like they have that education, and you're just like, I don't know what the fuck to say.
That's interesting, because to anybody outside that they're like, wow, they're picking up on these topics, and it's like, no, we're just putting a name to what they're going through.
Yeah,
they already know what it is.
Oh yeah,
we just telling them what it's called everybody in the outside is like,
sure,
oh, those
man.
are big topics. And it's like, no, we live it.
Yeah.
You learn about it.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it's just like, it's different.
Yeah, and all types of things, man. Like, I mean, like mass incarceration, you know, like that shit. The way I talk about it, like it's a fucking trap, you know. Like a lot of us get caught up in it, you know. And
it's a trap, just like the drug game.
it is, and people are like, oh, you're talking about. It's like, okay, before we start, you know, something like that, like, the kids really decide on it, man. And so I'd be like, okay, who here in the house or somebody directly, you know, close
Hey, and-
family is locked up? It's like every fucking hand.
I hate to interrupt you, but I love how you would talk to the kids.
Yeah,
Because I remember when I was the few times I've been there, the way you talk to them, like you talk to them like you're talking to us, but just a little more gentler.
yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
And like they responded to you real quick. Like
Yeah,
they were.
man. Yeah,
I think you can't baby
they're-
them, you know?
You can't
Yeah.
baby them, man.
can't baby
And
them.
kids aren't fucking dumb, man. Like, sometimes
Yeah.
people like talk to them a certain way, and it's like, man, before like a kid can read a book, they can read people, man. That's fucking facts. You know, so when you're being
That's
like
good.
just
I like
fucking
that.
weird and like, you know, like they pick up on that shit and they don't
Yeah.
want that. And I remember being that as a kid. People would talk to me like that. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, who
Like,
is this dude?
You think I'm
Yeah.
fucking stupid? You
Yeah,
can talk
yeah.
to me like that? You know, like I don't know. Now, maybe not every kid responds to that, but like it would literally like offend me. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, I know.
not
I
Or
know
you
what you
just,
mean. I
or
know
you
what you
just
mean.
shut them down.
Yeah,
You
just
don't
shut,
even
or
like
just
listen
like
to
close them out,
Like,
man.
yeah.
Just like whatever, man.
I'm like that when someone calls me boss.
Boss.
Like, hey boss, how you doing? I'm just like,
do.
like I will literally at work just like,
Somebody said, is that sorry son of a bitch?
yes. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Don't call me boss. Call me sir. Call me loser. Call me whatever. Call me boss.
But yeah, that is dope. And that's funny because that's the way we met. Because Jose did that.
Yeah.
He did that piece,
Yeah.
you know, and
So from
by
Spectrum
by
News.
that time I already knew him, and I was like, oh man, I saw his Instagram. He did a news piece on you and the kids, and I was like, and I reached out to him. I said, yo, what is this? Like, how do I get involved? Blah blah. And he put me on him, and then. You know, and then obviously I would like, hey, can I stop by? And he was like, yeah, sure. Open arms again.
Yeah, man.
Perfectly what I was saying before. Let me come
yeah,
through.
dude.
And then I was going through all the time, dog. I was
Yeah.
like, because the base, right? I was in the military, so the base was right across the street. So I was like, instead of jumping on the
yeah.
35 to go
Oh,
home,
okay,
I would
okay,
just
okay.
drive straight
Like
across.
47,
Yeah.
47.
And then go and hang out with
Yeah.
him every Wednesday or as much as I could.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this
But
is
you
too
did well,
dope.
man. Like I don't just let anybody come through either. Cause
Yeah,
the
but
thing
but
is, like,
I could really like I'm like you. Like I grew up
Yeah.
in the hood. I grew up in the New York. Yeah, the boroughs are what they are. Yeah, but each borough has its hood, like everywhere, right?
Right.
But my mom was a hotel cleaner. My dad was a window cleaner in the city. Like they
Yeah.
divorced when I was 7. I lived with my mom. I had to turn the lights on in the kitchen, wait 5 minutes, let all the roaches go where they want to go, and then go in and get a drink. Like I grew up like that, so
Yeah.
I could relate. You know, like so when
Yeah.
you were doing that and I knew where it was and I knew the kids. I was like, yo, I got to get
yeah,
down
you
there
do
too.
well with it, man. Yeah, because yeah, like sometimes people are like, oh, reach out to me, like I want to do stuff with the kids, and I was like, I'm not feeling your fucking vibe, you know, like or like I just like people are like, I was like, I don't know, man, you're trying to be like this like savior shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I don't
yeah,
know,
they have
some
their own
people-
agenda.
Yeah,
so-
they have their own agenda.
Yeah.
So
Wanna take
people
the
like,
picture?
I mean, like you, Lou, like
they
you,
just
like
wanna put it
badass,
out.
you know,
Yeah.
him, like Dom, like anybody that have ever come through,
Yeah.
like it's not just like, oh, just come through. It's like there's like a vetting process.
Yeah,
whether
yeah.
whether
Well,
people-
yeah, of course.
People realize it or not. Yeah.
But it was dope because talking about the incarceration piece, on one of those, that when we went to do the interview on the bonds bailman, the lady that owns the little bond shop,
Yeah,
that was dope. Like,
Yeah.
because that was like in her shop, and like she was still conducting business, and then kids are trying
Ooh,
to
she
record the
was.
interview.
Whoa, good.
Yeah. It was dope. It was,
And
so
she's
dope.
like getting after motherfuckers too. Like
Yeah,
people like
like-
she obviously knows people like come back to get like bailed out, right?
Yeah, they gotta.
So she's
yeah.
like, oh, hold up, and she was like this intimidating.
She was
lady,
super
dude.
tense.
She scared.
I mean,
the fuck out
she
of all
owns
of
it,
us.
a bail
Bonds,
bond.
yeah.
Like,
What's
come
up?
on.
What side of town was this on?
On the east side of New Braunfels, like not
Oh,
too far
okay.
from New Braunfels and Houston Street, man.
'Cause you say bail bonds, and I just think of right by county.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
How there's like
yeah.
20 spots right around
I know what
there.
you're talking. No,
but it was
no,
still-
there's a
it was
couple on
still
New
crazy.
Braunfels over there.
Oh,
man.
okay. That seems about right.
But yeah, I remember like everybody intense. I was like, oh man, this
Yeah.
lady's like intimidating.
It was super intimidating, dude.
But then she's like one of those people where it's like she's intense, but like also passionate about like her neighborhood and like
and she was directing the kids too, like him. Like she
Yeah.
was just like tough, but like right on the line, right? She's like,
Yeah.
what do you want to ask me? Like, let's get, like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Like, she was,
was like, hold on, I gotta go outside, and she's like, choose out some fucking like
Yeah.
grown man, dude.
at the gate, at the
Yeah,
little
and we're
gate
just
door.
like, okay.
She
Man,
was
that-
good. But
that
all,
na-
all of it was like that. It was dope. Like, the gentrification part when we walked around the neighborhood.
Yeah, I
and
was
they-
gonna say that neighborhood is like gone through it.
Oh, gone through it,
You
man.
got like the one modern house that's like totally out of place. Like, why would you, like Airbnb, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. A lot of people don't fucking really live there. It's just like Airbnb it out. Like
It's crazy.
I mean, it's by the highway.
it's by the
it's
highway.
near the.
Well, the
what,
thing is that
10
the
minutes
long-
from the Pearl.
the longest
Yeah.
time, like it, like there's like downtown, and there's like Dignity or whatever it's called, right? And then there's like, which is closer downtown, then like New Braunfels. Yeah, for a while, like a minute, like it didn't cross New Braunfels because on that side, New Braunfels, like where the school's at, like it's fucking, it's rough, man.
Yeah.
And then finally, one motherfucker did it, man. And then then they started all like coming over, man. And it's like,
Yeah, because even the kids put me on. They were like, "Oh, there used to be a park here," and it was like a row of houses. Like, "Oh, this used to be the basketball court." And like, damn,
Yeah.
like,
Painful.
yeah, man.
yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I used to work for Papalock, and I had to go like where all the trains are. Like
Oh, yeah,
literally,
yeah.
literally the trains were right here. The house
Yeah.
was right here. I'm changing this lady's tire, and I hear shots like pa 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 pa, and I'm sitting there working, so I kind of duck, and she just started laughing. She's all, "Why even duck?" And I'm just like, "Oh wow!" Like,
You punk bitch.
Yeah, the kids did that. We were shooting, and there was like a pop, and they were just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
someone got shot, or there was a shot." I was just
Yeah.
like, "Damn, these kids are like
Yeah.
immune."
hey,
immune.
It amazed me that they knew what gentrification was. Like,
All of it.
I didn't know what
All
that
of it.
was when I was that
Yeah.
age. Like, I was tripping out tall.
Well, that's the thing, man. Like it's
just dope.
teaching them
It's
like
dope.
photo, but like teaching them all this other shit at the same time.
Yeah,
and the cool thing is that
the photography is just a tool you're
right?
using.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right?
Because the other thing is too is like, especially the kids in the hood, if you don't develop like a relationship with them, like outside of the classroom, like they don't want to work for you.
Yeah.
There's no incentive, right?
Yeah.
There's no relationship, and so yeah, the good thing is like almost all the kids are light catchers. Like they're my students in one way or another. Like they're in my homeroom where they rotate through me, or maybe they're like in an after school program. They're at the school, so like I see them and I know them. So there is that benefit, of it as well. And you get to teach them about
dope.
these things. And like I said, you're teaching them tools so that when like it comes up later on in whatever way, like they're getting pushed out, or somebody tries to talk shit and be like, gentrification is good, and be like, bitch, really? Let me tell you about that. Like, and,
Where do you think people go?
Yeah, man.
yeah, where do they go?
Yeah,
It's
and
like
that shit creates-
deforestation, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we're gonna clear
Yeah.
that out because we're gonna build this stuff.
Yeah.
Where do the animals go? Like nobody ever thinks of the
And-
residual, right? Like,
there's a ton of like myths, like about gentrification. People are like, oh, like it gets rid of crime. It's like, no, it moves crime.
Yeah, it just moves it around.
crime, and then what it does is it sometimes like squeezes crime into like one area.
Funnels
'Cause
it,
there's
yeah.
it funnels it because there's a time too like that all the like closer downtown Dignity shit was getting pushed into the neighborhood where the kids are at, right? Once again, violence by proximity, right? You have people been at odds for a while, and yeah, man, it was like fucking crazy. We had like kids, not kids they're there, but like kids that maybe like left elementary, like they were middle school, getting fucking killed just because like gangs are like literally like coming across each other all the time. People don't think of that people think, oh, it's just gentrification, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. It's like, nah, there's a lot more to it than one thinks, man.
Yeah, they really move the puzzle around.
That's all.
The conditioning aspect.
Shell game.
The conditioning aspect of gunshots. In my head, I was just kind of going through it, and like there has to be like this almost instinctual. That's too far. That's not a threat to me.
Yeah.
Like they just know. Okay, that was a little bit closer, but this conditioning of just instinctually knowing
Like, oh, that was enough.
that gunshot's not a threat to me because it's east. But it's all
Yeah.
it's not. I'm doing it on
Man.
purpose. I just know that's I'm
even
okay.
in the classroom,
That's-
man. There was a time where I feel like it was rougher, man, during the daytime. And to me, that's one of the differences between like the east side and the west side, man. Is like west side, obviously, there's shit going down. The east side, there's a lot of stuff going down during the day, which bothers me because it's like when the kids are getting
Brazen.
out.
It's
Or,
brazen.
yeah. And like sometimes, like I'd be teaching like right, and then like we just pause, and then I was like, okay, move away from the That's it. And then just continue with their shit, dude. You know, it's like it took me like a couple of times of doing that where I'm like, oh, that's kind of fucked up, dude. like that's it's not really supposed to be that way, you know. Like everybody, you know. It's like.
Or like
especially close enough where you can hear it from the school.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're hearing it from the classroom. Like,
Well, we found like around on the school campus. When
Oh,
you
yeah, that's
went,
right,
when
that's
you
right.
went.
Well,
Yeah, because
as soon as we walked out, he found a shell,
it's crazy.
like
crazy.
40 caliber shell just on the floor, just chilling,
Yeah.
like on the school property. Like that was just like, damn, like it's like that here. Okay.
Yeah. But whatever.
because
I
it's
mean,
like cool, and then just like move on.
Yeah, straight up.
take a pic. Yeah. That is wild, man.
Yeah,
But it's dope.
It's crazy. Like so I work at Ingram or whatever. So there's been like a couple shootings there, and my manager's always just like, just go to the back. And I'm like, hell no! Like, I'm out of here. If it's happening like that, I'm gone. I'm sorry. Like,
Just go to the
you're
back.
my boy, but I'm
In the mall?
like in the back of our store,
Oh yeah, okay.
and it's just like, well, we can't lock it from the inside.
yeah. Oh my god, dude.
So like, this is about maybe 2 months ago. The elevator made a loud noise, and I'm sitting there just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like looking around because it's Ingram. You never know what could happen.
Right, yeah.
Like anything can happen there. I think someone passed away about a month ago too, because I remember the restroom was all closed up and I saw a crime scene there. Like, yeah, like
Shank in the restroom.
it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy.
It is getting crazy.
I think the heat has something to do with it.
Always, man.
You know what I'm
Summertime,
saying?
it always gets crazy,
Right.
man.
Yeah, it does.
Always, man. People got more time, and people are frustrated because of the heat.
Can't escape it.
Can't escape it, dude. You're just on edge. Yeah,
Powder's getting
that's
powder.
always a thing, man. That's always a
It's getting
thing.
colder, man. It's getting
Ingram, Marbach area. I don't know, man. I don't understand the whole Marbach thing. People are like, "Oh, Marbach's the hood," but like living in the West Side, and then I'm like, in my mind, like growing up, like it was always like I grew up on the South Side and the West Side, you know. So it's like I was like Mario, like that's like a suburb in my head.
Yeah.
Of course, I wasn't ever over
that was
there.
fancy.
Like, yeah, that's fancy. I was like, y'all
yeah.
not new shit. Like
Yeah.
shit is like nicely paved, like in those areas.
That's what the Blockbuster was, man.
In the 90s, it was a lot nicer.
Yeah.
It's changed a lot.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
changed a
bet.
lot.
Yeah,
Like,
and I get that, like, but it's still hard for me to wrap my head around that because people are like, "Oh, Killer Block, fucking this," and I'm like, really? But no,
no, I feel you. I get you.
Could it be your gentrification theory? Everything's getting pushed that way.
That's funny.
Hey, you could be
Maybe,
right.
man.
Could be on something there.
yeah. Well, it's soon enough, man. Right here on the West Side,
Yeah, it's happening here. It's kind of crazy.
people are creeping in, man, and
You were
shit's
born
getting
and raised
expensive,
here, right?
man.
Yeah, I was born on like northwest side. Well, I was born in San Antonio, like Lackland. My parents were military, whatever.
Okay.
And like we bounced around in the northwest side for a long time. Lived on the south for a little bit too. I really liked it on the south side. I worked at Bill Miller's for a minute too. I used to love it. Like I went to
one
like
on
2 or 3.
Roosevelt?
No, the one Zarzamora Malone or like right around there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I used to love it back then.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, being 18 years old, just walking to work all the time. Like that shit was fun.
I love the South Side.
One
man.
up brownies.
I love the South
Yeah.
Side.
I remember
South Side
taking.
has a special vibe.
Yeah, it is. It's different. Like it's between living the Southwest and North. Like you see the difference between people,
Yeah,
and then like working like in the Northwest, like you see where like Ingram has turned into like it went from the Northwest to it's just West now. Like that's what it feels like.
gotcha.
And then out by Taft, what do they call it? Far West.
Far West, yeah. Yeah.
It trips me out that everything's out there.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, dude,
I live over here. It's like I can't get anything around here, man. Like I love living around. Even a fucking car wash, dude. There's no car washes around here.
there's no Starbucks around here. You got to go to Fredericksburg
I
more to
don't
get
give a shit
Starbucks.
about Starbucks. I want to wash my car, man. Like I can't even fucking do that, dude.
Oh man, there's one right here across from the university.
Oh, is it?
If you want to scrub it.
Never mind.
If you want to.
I live like Chavez and Zamora, man. And there's one like 3 blocks away.
Oh,
but,
you
like,
don't wanna go to
nothing-
any of those. You don't wanna
Nothing
go to any of
ever fucking works, bro.
Yeah, they don't work.
Nothing
You get the
ever
soap,
fucking-
but no rinse.
Yeah, no. Or it's like I'm shooting soap and they're like, "There's no soap." It's
You
just
put
water.
the quarter in, you hear,
Just water.
and
Yeah.
nothing's coming out. Like,
So,
shit.
Little fucking no pressure.
Can't even spray the mats.
Dude, and then I would look for one. This is some old man shit, being annoyed, right? Like type
Yeah,
shit. But
this
I was
is.
like, I
privilege.
want to wash my car, dude. And then I'm just like driving around, like Googling shit, and like there ain't fucking. I gotta drive miles and miles to be able to wash my car. So I just go home and just fucking wash it.
Where'd you end up going? You
just washing my fucking front yard, dude. Like,
With a hose.
Just identify the
just with
market
fucking
right
hose.
there.
Yeah, I was like, fuck this, man. Like, yeah.
That's so funny.
Which is fine in the evening. There's a little bit of shade, but like middle of the day, I don't want to wash my.
Oh,
car.
hell
You know,
no.
It's like a heat index of
Not in
fucking
the
real
120.
fuel of 120 or whatever. You
yeah,
know, like
it's
no,
crazy.
I'm not doing that, man. But you're right. There's like nothing fucking right or nothing fucking works, dude. Like
Yeah,
no
around
place-
here, nothing.
No.
Nothing. Like
nothing,
like
nothing.
what is it? I really like Salada, and I hate that I have to like go all the way to North Star Mall or like all the way
Yeah.
to like Huebner Oaks to go get it. Like
Yeah.
it's like, damn it, I want that shit in the hood.
Yeah,
You want what?
yeah.
A Salada.
What's that?
It's a salad place.
Oh,
Remember we tried to go, but it was closed
oh,
on
okay.
Sunday.
Yeah, Salada. You said
There
it
you go,
all.
Salada.
You said it all.
He Frenched it out.
Yeah,
man.
I was like, what?
He tried to take it up a couple of notches.
Yeah, don't
Okay,
try
I
to
know.
church it up, boys.
That's right.
You know your parents
I
named
know.
you dirt.
Yeah,
Deer Tay.
yeah. There isn't a lot of stuff like that in the hood, but when you do find cool stuff, there's cool stuff.
Yeah, man. I so fucking love it, but like I made the yeah. There's nothing around.
How about you? You been here? Born and raised?
Born and raised, most of my memories, we moved around a lot. Lackland. I lived 5-6 years from like first grade to like 7th. Lackland City Mobile Home Park, like right on the fence of Lackland Air Force Base. Like I grew up just running up to the fence, and there was that Jeep that's half turned over, and I would always just go up to it and just like look at it. And if you seen that show like Wolfpack, where like those kids were like forced to live in their house.
Yeah, my friend produced that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
similar. That's kind of how I was like, don't go outside.
dope.
It's so dangerous. You know, so
Yeah,
I was just always inside. Just just running around. Like, dude, yeah, man. So it's funny because we talk about all these locations and these spaces, and I just remember like the pop and go. Going over to the pop and go, renting a VCR. I'm dating myself. You know what I'm saying? Going to go rent an NES and like go rent the VCR. Like, and then like that was the special time. Like, like that. And then just going to school, coming back, going to Lackland City Elementary, and just I don't know, man. Just it was just when that's all you know.
That's all you know, right? Go back to what he said. Yeah.
Ignorance truly is. It's scary, but when you finally like come online and then you like you finally like get that air of like, yo, there's other flavors out there, there's other colors, except for these, and like
sure.
you do you were saying earlier that bitterness, you feel that anger, that frustration because you think of everything that like you could have had. Or should have had, but then you gotta find that peace, and then we do that by giving back, by extending to try to at least change that for the next generation, for those different.
This is the thing. Like I was, I would talk at the photo center like not too long ago, and one thing when I was talking about like light catchers and like going to college and be like, fuck man, all these other people, is it made me realize, man. When you're somebody that doesn't have access to shit, and then when you finally do, to be good at it, like you gotta be fucking amazing naturally, or you gotta be fucking hungry, or the stars gotta align for your ass for you to fucking propel forward.
Yeah, because you gotta catch up.
You can't be mid at all. Right, but with somebody that's had access to it for their whole fucking life, you could be mid, and like along the way, like you get better and your skills improve. But when you haven't had access, all of a sudden you are like, you gotta be fucking on it, man. Yeah. And not everybody is like that or has things lined up for them in their life at that time to make it happen. And it goes back to that thing is like, dude, fucking like, who knows how many Einsteins there are in the fucking hood? You know what I mean? Who knows how many rocket scientists there are in the hood? We just like haven't fucking given that to them from the beginning.
But I think a good way to look at that is my buddy told me this actually was my friend, I have a good friend. He's a photographer, big photographer. He shoots like he used to, with COVID hit, obviously messed everything up, but he used to shoot all the tennis events, Wimbledon, US Open, flying Australian Open. He did all that stuff. That's all he did, right? Chaz, that's his thing on Red Dot Journal on Instagram, if you want to look at it. But we went to Cuba together. We shot, and he told me, he was like, "Hey, John, like, yeah, you know, like I went to school for photography. This is what I do. You know, I'm connected. I've been doing it for God knows how many years." But the piece he told me was that we had seen more, so we bring more to the table in the sense that like you have a voice because you feel a certain way or whatever, you bring that. Other people, just because they've had it, they don't have anything. Yeah, copy paste. They don't have anything to give or to talk, to deliver, because all they do is they've been formally taught. They have a lot of technique, a lot of they've seen a lot. So by virtue of that, you don't even realize it, but you're replicating what you've seen. Right. Yeah. And then someone who's never seen it and now gets the key and or a camera or whatever, and that door opens for you. You're not privy to what other people have done, so you don't have that embedded in your brain. So you're not going to do something and be like, "Oh, damn, I got that from this dude because I used to like the way he used to do it." Right? You bring a different thing. Right. So that thing you say that like you have to be amazing or whatever, you do. But I think what people, if you're going to take anything out of this podcast, this is my 2 cents, is that we all bring something to the table, and the people that haven't been fortunate enough to have that exposure, when you do get it, you really have a lot to talk about because your life experience is beyond anyone else's.
That's beautiful.
So like, I think in your sense, that's why you've been able, the light catchers is like your thing. Why when you speak about it, it's so compelling to people. People are like, "Oh man, that's dope." Like you bring people in because, you know, like it's coming from somewhere, right? Yeah. It's not someone who's just like, "Yo, I'm going to get these kids together and teach them some stuff and it's going to be dope," right? It's going to blow me up and whatever. Like, back to agendas, right? Everybody's got agendas.
And the thing is too, like the kids, the work that they do is like, one, it's fucking dope. Yeah. Two,
their pictures are dope.
It's their
they can shoot.
Dude, man, they can fucking shoot. And it's their perspective that of their community and their neighborhood. You know what I mean? And you can't replicate that. You know, somebody in that way. Somebody else from outside the neighborhood comes in, and let's say they try to do like a project like on the east side, and they're not from the east side, like it's gonna look different.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It is.
You know, it's this outsider looking in instead of like you representing your fucking community and your neighborhood, and that's what the kids do.
Yeah,
that's why it looks.
I wasn't even trying to take pictures of the hood. Like when I was with them, I was just taking pictures of them because watching them take pictures, it was captivating. Like it was like, damn, these kids, like they're going to things that I wouldn't look at. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because they see it for what it is, right? And for me, I would have been like, oh, that's dope. That's dope, man. A basketball court, like that's cool, right? But like watching them, like I have a good picture of 2 of them down, like taking pictures of like flowers and stuff. It's like flowers, like we take that for granted, right?
Yeah, we wouldn't really take time to like check it out.
Yeah. And I think that's one of my dopest pictures with those kids. Like,
the subtle difference in between. Not difference, but the takes. Like first off, that's an amazing take to you literally bring your own lens instead of borrowing somebody else's. Like your filters there that you can't replicate. Yeah. Now I feel like to get rid of that sense of because to match up that, because I know that feeling brings anxiety. Brings like, okay, I gotta catch up. And then you feel always behind the 8. You always feel like you can't catch up. But even how you put it, it was like, release. Yeah. It was just like, whoa, hold on. What am I?
And it took me a while to get there.
I think I'm still in whatever I'm doing.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not 100% either, man.
Shoot, no, but
I think that's amazing. I love that.
Like, it's taking a lot of people and a lot of things to make me realize it's like, okay, like, fuck it, man. Like, I'm not going to compare myself to a lot of people because, like, we could be taking the same picture. It's going to come out different.
Yeah, of course.
You know
Yeah,
for sure.
You know, it's like I look at it this way because of my experiences, everything that I've been through, X, Y, Z. You know what I mean? And that's what makes me. You know, maybe
trust
like,
yourself.
It is
you have to trust yourself.
Yeah, it is, man. It is. It is. But yeah, no, that's good that you see that because it makes the world of a difference, man. And then at the same time, like I was saying, like it's like you got to give that space to the kids to like speak for themselves through photography.
Yep.
I could go in there and make, I could bang out a fucking sick project on the east side. I'm not going to do it. You know, I've been there for a while, like working. That's not my community, really. That's not my space. Like, I'm not going to come in and do some colonizer type shit through photography. You know what I mean? Like, I could, and honestly, it would be fucking dope. But it's like, no, that's the kids' community. That's like their voice. And in the end, what ends up happening is like people pay way more attention. And that's why I tell the kids, it's like, dude, you're young. You think people aren't like listening to you because that's usually the way it goes with like kids. I was like, but in this situation, like, they're not gonna listen to me the way they listen to you.
Yeah, exactly.
When you produce what you produce, man. You know.
Hey, do you still have any copies of the book that y'all made?
The last one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just ordered several more just to kind of have on hand, man.
So if they want to get a hold of those, how do they get a hold? That book was amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Well, reach out to me or also me through Lightcatchers, which is on Instagram, Lightcatchers210, and just hit me up, and yeah, we'll make it happen. And that's something that we did this year, is that we actually didn't
Even
sell
the
prints.
You didn't sell the prints?
We didn't sell the prints on the walls, man. We
could
just
have
focused
easily.
We could have, yeah,
easily.
but like a lot of times, like people don't really like buy it. So it was like, you know what, these prints, because the way the project went this year was the kids chose about 13 to 14 individuals in the neighborhood that they said represented like the east side, all types of folks, right? And then we, aside from photography, like they created interviews that were specific to them, and then we also learned video production skills, and they did that. Probably won't ever do again, man. That was crazy. That was so crazy, man. And then, and we focus on folks instead of an issue like gentrification or mass incarceration, which, by the way, like all that, bottom line, like it's still storytelling, right? And so this was also another storytelling, just way more specific. So we just like, okay, well, we'll give those folks those prints, and we'll just focus on selling the photo books. And that actually worked out better.
Yeah, for sure.
Better. Like people would like the idea more of like a coffee book of that type of work.
Yep.
Than hanging it up in their fucking living room.
No, yeah, you're right.
I mean?
You're right.
And getting depressed or something.
Yeah. No,
it's some real shit. It's real shit. You know what I mean? And people aren't necessarily, and I get it because of like a lot of my photography is like that. And people aren't buying it. You know?
Yeah.
But I get it, you know, and it's like, okay, sometimes, and it's funny too because they're
sad boy vibes.
Sad boy vibes, dude. And
Real life vibes.
Real life vibes, right? Life is sad. But sometimes, like, even like in years where we have sold prints, like it's so predictable, man. I'd be like, okay, and like, no, you know what? Let's pick this one so we have it. Somebody's gonna buy it. It's a fucking cactus or something like that. Like I know people are gonna buy a fucking cactus.
Yeah.
Right? But if like, you know, homeboy over here, whatever story behind it, like I don't know, they don't really want that like in their house.
So you gave the prints to the people that were in the
haven't yet.
picture?
It's still up in the.
But that's the plan.
That's the plan.
Yeah,
right?
that's cool.
And actually, I've been thinking yesterday. I was like, oh shit, I forgot about 4 de Septiembre Day, man. And I was like, oh, maybe we could like make it. It's still up. Make it like a
another show.
Day show. Yeah,
Because
we were supposed to do that last year, and then like the fucking Delta variant or whatever hit, and we had to like shut that shit down or whatever.
Yeah, that's dope. You should definitely do that. I like it.
Because last year would have been the first year because last year with the kids, they were so fucking COVID out. Not last year, but the year before. And so we kept on pushing the show back and back and back. And it usually happens in like June or June. And so we pushed it back to September. It was going to be part of 4 September Day, right? And but then it just didn't fucking happen. So it would have been dope. It would have been the first year that we did it that way.
That show was cool. That the last one y'all did.
Yeah,
it was sick, cool. Man. It was the first one that we had in the neighborhood, and we always go back and forth about doing it like in the neighborhood or like at Brick or 1906 or something like that. It just depends on the topic, you know. And then this one being like just focused on community folks, I was like, no, we gotta have it in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
fuck everything else.
No, it was dope though. I mean, yeah. Packed house.
Shout out to like Charlie and Jen. There are these folks that. We work with a nonprofit called, it used to be called SA Heals, now it's called The Good Hood. And yeah, you know, as far as like the end of year exhibit, like they work with us and they make it happen. And yeah, I couldn't do that shit, nice. Man. Yeah. And yeah.
You guys catered?
It was catered, yeah.
Yeah.
It was catered by like community folks, like businesses that are from the community, in the community. You know,
that
like
one guy that was
Pizza.
part of the exhibit.
Yeah, both of them were actually in it. Like Mike from Tank's Pizza, Streets from Ball Hogs Barbecue, which by the way support Tanks right now because
Tanks is good.
They've been going through it too because there's all this fucking construction on New Braunfels.
Oh yeah.
And then right now, along
So
with
no one's driving down that road.
Sunshine Bakery.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunshine
Kayla.
Bakery.
Kayla works. Yeah.
But they're getting the shit suit out of them right now.
Yeah.
Because wheelchair access or something like that.
Bruh,
Well, Tanks is part of that. So
one of those.
Oh,
people that-
wow.
One of those. It was 3 of them. Yeah. So it's Teresitas. Fuck that place. And it's like the Hooters for Mexicans in there, bro. Like it's like yeah, it's trash. But anyways, they just like overcharge tacos because they have a bunch of nalunas in there and like waiting tables, and it's just a bunch of.
Where was this at? One more time.
Teresita.
He wrote it down.
Dude, do you remember that place over here on fucking Guadalupe and what is it, Trinity?
Yes. I know what you're talking
Fucking
about.
cochino, you know what I'm talking about, dude?
And then there was another spot down the street that was doing the same thing. It was just like girls serving tacos and lingerie.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet.
Yeah.
$15 tacos. Remember Danny Trejo for?
Oh, I did not like that
What?
taco place.
Damn,
I don't want
bro.
to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
What?
Fucking.
It was too like. It wasn't.
Talk about it, dude.
Wasn't what I'm used to. You know, what I mean? It just
How
wasn't like.
Where was this
And it
at?
wasn't even good. It was in LA.
LA? Okay, I was
Like-
gonna say it had to be LA, not here.
There were like one taco is like mini taco was like what, $10?
No,
But I mean,
it was
like-
not $10.
It was like
It wasn't the price that got me. It was the quality that got me. It's like, yo, if you're gonna pay that much for food, like,
it better be good.
But
yeah, man,
yeah,
right,
no,
good.
yeah.
'Cause I mean, like, I can go to a truck down the street from here and it's
it was
like bomb as fuck.
It was like
and it's $2.
Yeah.
$8.99, and
Yeah,
it
you know what I
has
mean? It's like $8 for
pineapple, and then
the
it
whole
has.
thing.
It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo, wow.
I felt like they were just trying to do too much.
100%. New York, man. Were you shooting in New York when you were growing up, or when did you?
No, well, yeah.
Yeah, when did you start
yeah.
shooting?
I should say yes. So I grew up skating in New York, skateboarding.
Shit.
So obviously
Oh.
videotaping, taking pictures is always part of it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I tell people, that's what kind of got me into photography because, you know, like you grow up, I mean, I'm 46, right? So I grew up in the 80s and 90s. I was skating through all of that. And you would get a skate mag and look through it. And it was just like, you know, I was fascinated by the,
Raw.
some people looked at their sequences and tricks. I was just like, yo, someone's taking a picture of this. Like, that's dope. Like,
Bro.
because back in the day, to see a sequence in a mag,
You
yeah,
care.
that was in film.
Yeah.
You know what I
Huh.
mean? Like, you think about it now, digitally, that's easy. Spray and
100%.
pray, right?
Yeah.
20 frames a second, whatever. Yo, but with film?
Yeah.
Yo, I know they had high-speed cameras that were doing like 10 or 12 frames. But
Still,
yo,
that's-
if you
that's
messed it up,
nasty.
like, you could get all 12 frames, and if your exposure's off, like, that picture's, and that trick is
Even
done,
then,
right?
like early 90s, it was like 8 frames per second.
Yo,
It was-
so you
it
got to
was
give
like-
those
yeah.
dudes hella props, right?
That's wild.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Mhm.
long story short, skateboarding, taking pictures, videotaping all the time. But you know, it was just things. Like my brother, he got into photography. He's 4 years older than me. He got into photography in like high school or something. And him being the freaking thug that he is, he stole a enlarger from the school and brought it home. So I remember being like, eight, yeah, 8 or 9
That is not
in
a small
the
item to
bathroom
fucking-
developing like. But I didn't, you know, that's how you had to do it back in the
That's-
day,
that's
right?
raw.
So like
Yeah.
in the tub with all the mixers, the enlarger, like making prints of like my boys
Sick.
skating. But now I think about it, it's cool.
That's
But back in the day,
badass.
that's
It's
just
what it was.
that's what it was. Like
That's
if you
tight.
took pictures, that's what you had to do, right?
Yo.
So I would hide in the closet. This is no joke too. I would close the closet because I was hella small, so I would pull the closet. And I'd be in the closet. That's how I loaded the films into the developing tanks. Like, because we didn't have a
Dark
bag
room,
or
no
dark.
dark.
No, man.
Yeah.
Now you can do it 10,000 different ways, right?
The t-shirts under
No,
the door
bro.
to keep the light out.
I close the door, and the door
Changing
is
that bitch.
stupid as hell, janky as hell. So
Okay,
I
they
have
set
to
it out,
hold
and
it,
it's like,
yeah.
what's it-
And when
what's
it
it just
closed, and then the light be peeking in, and I'd have to like put myself. Yo, it was crazy. But anyway, so that's kind of my story for like the origin story.
Nice.
But I would say I really got into photography in 2008. You know, I've been in the military, I've been all over the place, and we were in Spain. And in 2009, I found out we were pregnant. We were gonna have my daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was super excited. I always took pictures. I always had a camera. And I was like, oh, this is dope. Like, we're gonna have all the family pictures, like all the pictures of my daughter. And then it hit me. I was like, yo, I take pictures. Like, why don't I just take the pictures for the house, right?
Interesting.
So then I got online. This is how long, 2009, just to give everybody a little reference. I got online and I went to the Art Institute of San Francisco, and I was just like, yo, I'm going to try to apply to that, right? And I already had kind of like all my undergrad done. So I was just like, all I got to do is take photography as a major.
Word.
So I applied, and it was so like weird because I think I was like one of the first online students or something. Don't quote me on that, but it was when the teacher, when I would send her pictures, they were like, you could see like the hand, like probably with the mouse, she would make like lines, like it wasn't leveled, and she would email them back to me. Like that's how I had to go through my course, because this is before, like now it's super easy, right? But it was like, I shoot her an email of my picture, she'd shoot it back to me, and that took God knows how long. I don't even know. And I did most of my photography classes in that sense. And that's when it, like I was learning, you know what I mean? So I was just like, okay, like I was conceptually learning technique and, you know, history and all that stuff. And I would say that's when I really was diving into photography. So like 2010, I was probably already all in.
That's so I'm not a photographer at all whatsoever, but I remember the pixel game coming up in 20 megapixels and like 15 megapixels.
Bro,
and just
it was like 8
and then,
back in the day.
and then you take a picture 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, you know, and it was like, yo, like, so, you know,
you couldn't take 2 shots in a row if you had 20 megapixels. The buffing was too long. Yeah, no way.
And I remember just like, and then just, I remember just like, and then just first time seeing light blur, like, you know, but that's interesting though. Like, now
and,
it's insane.
And I was around photographers, like, and now I look at it and I didn't know it back then. So there's a good movie. It's called C-S-E-E, No, K, like no, like K-N-O-W, Evil, See No Evil. And it's based on photographer. His name is David. Just go look it up. I didn't realize that, once again, 3 Degrees of Separation, a good friend of mine, shout out to my boy Dave Ortega back in New York. I would hang out with him all the time, and that was his close friend. He used to tag Argue. That was his tag in New York.
That's hard.
And his mom was a photographer, like big time photographer. So he was around it. And what I'm getting at is Argue would do shots, and what he would do is he would get all the boys together and use them as models for the shoots. Yeah, that's
that right there.
Yeah. It's hella dope. It's all about him. Yo, it's dope. Check it out, and then when you check it out, you guys are gonna be blown away about all the people that are in that movie. Like, like all the people that know him, like Mila Jovovich, the girl from Resident Evil. Yo, everybody's in that. That was the crew. Anyway, it's crazy that was someone.
Oh yeah.
That's how close I was to photography. You know what I mean? So like, I always think about like, I've always had a camera. I'm doing photography now. You know, like I've always end up around photographers and stuff like that. And back then I was around photographers. I think that's the path for me. You know what I mean? Like it's always been there, and it's just like now I'm afforded the opportunity because I'm retired. I get paid, and I could really dive in. Right? Like, so I'm going all in right now.
It's interesting because it's just like you're just at the apex. You were just at the center, and it's been expanding. But you were at the crux, like the action,
it was always there. It was always there, dude. I lived in Joshua Tree, so like right by the park. So rock climbing. I used to do a lot of rock climbing, and I always had a camera taking pictures of rock climbers. I've always had a camera. I've always taken pictures. And I don't know. It's wild. It's wild.
Isn't it crazy how it becomes like an extension of you?
Yeah, it's wild. Now this is digital. Leica is the brand. So shout out to Leica DC, the store. They're the ones that put me down on this. In this community is a whole nother podcast, dog. But
I've noticed.
But this, in short, like the people that shoot it, they have like it's a you either hate them or love them. Because the community is what it is. Well, it's really expensive, right? So they could be like pretentious. It could be
snobby.
Yeah, it has that aura. But in reality, because the circle is so tight, the people are tight. So like,
Yeah, I believe it.
So
I get it.
when I bought the camera, this is the most I'll say about it. Now I'll drop it. But when I bought the camera, I bought it in March, and literally, if you go on my Instagram, you'll see it. 3 or 4 months after having the camera, the store, like the store DC, did an interview and a whole like thing on me. And I've only
sick.
been with the camera 3 months. I never
Sick.
shot it. I never shot a rangefinder. And like I got it, I shot it, I was tagging them, and boom, they put me on. I had Canon.
But then
since
you
back-
you
I had
also
Canon-
you
I had
also
Canon-
got a good eye, bro.
Yo, hold on. I appreciate that. I had
do.
Canon for 2 decades, like 20 years. I was shooting Canon. Bro, they gave me no love.
Oh, yeah,
These
Canon-
people gave me love in like 3 months, bro.
Yo, Canon and Nikon don't care about us.
There's too many people shooting
Yeah,
it.
they don't care.
And that goes back to what I'm saying, right? There's so many people that shoot Canon.
That's really
Canon.
cool. I never knew that community was so tiny. Like,
Yeah. And the origin story, I guess I'll say one more thing. This is just a fun fact. Because you're shooting film. I'll throw it in that way. That's the tie. So in a roll of film, how many images are there?
24?
No,
36.
36. There's
36,
36
Depends.
yeah,
Yeah,
36
it depends.
images typically in a roll of film. And that is because Oscar Barnard, who's like the guy who helped develop the first Leica, the first camera, handheld camera, when he grabbed, so movie film, that's where they got film from, right? It used to be reel to reel, right? So the idea was like, well, if you flip it on its side and you put it in a box, you can get a picture, right?
All right.
So he grabbed the reel. This is the
That's the arm length.
yeah, he would grab the film, cut it, and it just so happens the length of his arm is 36 exposures, and that's why we have 36 exposures.
Whoa.
Boom! I dropped that on you guys
Whoa.
real quick.
I like that.
So would you
That's
call,
dope.
So or is that are you a photo file?
Photo file.
Like audio file? Because I have a lot of audio file, like speaker heads. Like
Oh,
Oh, yeah, this guy
yeah.
just has a bunch of speakers. It's crazy.
bro, like
Yeah.
I had some speakers passed down to me, like some, like I mean,
like the dope ones from
Like-
back in the day.
like some clip stitch
Yeah.
and like some and they were my father's. He passed.
Got it.
And so he was audiophile, so and so
Audiophile.
you call audiophile someone.
Got
Is it
it.
like would you call you a photo
Yeah.
file or
No, you know,
a-
I honestly don't even know if we have something like that. I don't know. Have you ever heard of anything like a term like that? Like a sneakerhead, right?
Right.
So like, what would be a photographer? I don't know. I don't know. Hipsters. That's the only thing
No, it's more than that. It's more than that.
I know, but that's the only thing. Like when you think of people carrying cameras, everybody's like, "Oh,
yeah,
a hipster."
you're right.
I-
You're right.
It is right.
Yes, you're not wrong.
Especially if you have
You're
a
not
film
wrong.
camera.
I was about to say, especially film, man.
Yeah,
Like,
if you have a film camera, you're a hipster, dog.
See, but I'm
Yeah,
not-
like because when
we need a new
I want to
name.
give you more credit, yeah, because everybody with the handlebar mustache is a hipster. So
Word.
I just,
and then you're real. Like,
as
nah.
much as I hate that word, I totally agree with you. And all I know is
Yo, we need something, dog.
I throw people off when they see me taking film. They're just
Yo,
like,
for sure. Like that night when I met you, which is another funny story. When I met you at that stuff, like I think you had the Polaroid with you because you always have a Polaroid with you.
yeah,
right?
I would have a Instax. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, damn, this dude, tatted up, everything. I was like, well, I mean, I'm tatted up too, but it's just, I don't think we represent the persona, like the typical photographer, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like, yeah, you threw me off a little, but I was like, okay, I get it, but it is dope.
Hey,
It
as long
is.
as you ain't showing up with your like typewriter and
Oh my god.
man, like nah, bro.
But put the staple on it. That's the that's the stamp.
nah, man.
This is different. I ain't gonna. Even
No, I don't
see
know what
y'all
the
that
term
way.
would be, but I mean, I don't know. I just like taking
gonna go
pictures.
look it
I
up
think it's
later.
dope.
I rarely fuck with film, man, because I remember like I started on film, and that shit broke my bank, dude.
Yo,
like,
it's
it was
hella
always
It's
like
expensive. Yeah.
it was like full on shit in film or like gigs in film. So everything was like I talk about this all the time. Like everything was measured. The metric was film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can eat lunch. That's 2 rolls of film. Fuck
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
I need a new fucking time. My tires are bald. Like, oh, that's like fucking 20 rolls of film. Bald tires it is, bitch. Like, I'm alright. Yeah.
Watch out, world.
Yeah.
Watch out, world. I'm jumping
Watch out,
some
world. Yeah.
dope pics.
Yeah. And that's the way it was, man. It was such a fucking financial burden.
It is. It is.
It is.
I mean, I
It
do
is.
film now.
It
It's
was,
crazy.
and it is even more so now, man. Like shit's like expensive.
Well, yeah,
like
there's only
film
one place you can take
processing.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you do it at home?
Oh,
Or you
I
can
mean,
get a phone.
I
I mean, I don't want to take the business away from Digital Pro Lab. I love
I don't
them.
have the patience.
I love them.
I don't have the. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
It's time.
Like
It's
partial
a time.
sponsors of Light Catcher Society. Watch your mouth.
Yeah, we love them.
I
We
will
love
fight
them.
you.
No. Shout out to Amanda because
Amanda, she's fucking dope as
she
fuck,
teaches.
dude.
She owns it, right? And she teaches at Southwest
School of Arts.
Southwest
really?
School of Art. She teaches Lightroom class, and she actually put me down. So I'll just say it here. She put me on. I'll be teaching photography there starting next semester.
Oh, badass! Congrats.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's dope.
They just do cool ass shit like in the shop. Too.
And it's funny because
Like,
when I went to the store, like I was looking at the schedule, and I'm just like, oh, that's dope. I'm gonna be teaching there. And the girl that was working at the register, I won't say the girl working at the register, she was just like, oh, you're gonna be teaching? She's like, yeah. And then she's gonna ask, right? Because a lot of people have been asking. They're like, how'd you get the job? And I'm just like, oh, someone. I didn't want to. No, I just did, but I didn't want to say Amanda was the one who put me on, right?
Don't worry about
and then the next question, the follow up is always like, what's their credentials? And I'm just like, I don't know.
What's your credentials?
No, what are the credentials to get a
what
job
are
like
the
that, right?
credentials?
And I'm just like, I don't know. I just shoot pictures. Right?
You bad motherfucker. That's what it is.
But I think the moral of that story is, I think the people that they get to work there are like people that are close to it, like that that bring something to the table
you would
different,
have- you would
right?
have to.
Yeah,
I went to a glass blowing class there. It was super fun.
Yeah, I think
I thought about that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You fucking burn your sequel or what?
No, it was like big kill 'em. It was all old school. It was cool.
they got cool classes there.
Yeah.
Like,
I got a good friend who's like the maintenance.
Oh,
man there.
at Southwest School.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know you got a darkroom class going on right now too.
His goal is to make a bong, fool. That's good.
That's what you came out of
No,
class. That was your
that's
class
what I went-
project.
Yeah, that's what I went to do. It was a lot of fun. Like
hidden
that place
agenda.
is fun. I hate that my ex has everything I made from there.
Oh,
Dog X's, man.
yeah. But it's dope. I haven't been there yet. I'm supposed to go like in a couple of weeks just to check out the classroom stuff.
Badass.
Like that.
That's
But
what's
I
up.
think it's gonna be cool.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, my friend who's the maintenance man, I remember he had to tell me he had to shoo away some people from the river. He said he caught some like prostitute trying to give blowjobs like on the Riverwalk. It
Wow,
was
that's
just
where I'm
like-
going, huh? High
Yeah.
society.
Yo, it gets crazy. That Riverwalk gets crazy right
Where?
there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Where was that? Where'd you say?
I think he said somewhere off South New
Drop a
Braunfels.
pin on that shit, please.
Riverwalk blowjobs is a sign.
Punto.com.
He was
So
just
dumb.
take this somewhere else.
Anywhere else.
Take it inside. Come on.
Take it inside.
It's air conditioned.
That's funny.
Sweaty.
But yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but I think going back to what we started was like the 3 degrees of separation is crazy, right? That's Amanda putting me on something that
I just went out and shot with her on Sunday.
Yeah,
man.
I know.
Yeah.
I've seen the stuff you guys put up, which is pretty dope.
3 degrees of separation, but also quality. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people who shoot you've known but are shit. They're not going to stick around. They're not going to hang. So you have to be good and have this degree of separation. Like I'm
Yeah.
So
I think it's more of like I agree with you 100%, but I think it's more of like you can't just do it because it's like the fad, everyone's doing it, right? I think the people that survive are, or the ones that make it through the 3
compelled.
degrees.
You're compelled.
You're in it. Like you're gonna do it regardless, right?
Yeah.
And so like we draw each other in, right? We're like the ones that are gonna do it. Like if I gotta do the podcast in my living room, I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna figure it out, right?
like that's just what it like.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's fucking
exactly.
the
Just what it
scenario right
is.
there.
Well, I mean,
dude, in a
it comes
nutshell.
to sink
sure.
or swim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna swim until I can't. Like,
And if when you can, I'm probably still gonna do it. So
And yeah,
like,
like-
like it doesn't matter.
I've been in a bunch of situations where I'm taking pictures and I just like people are looking at me like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And I'm just like, "Dude, I'm doing the same thing y'all are doing." Like,
yeah.
taking some pictures, having a good time. Like, let me drink my beer.
Fuck off. Yeah.
But I think it's cool that you do the Instax. That's like I think that's what
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
known for, right?
Well, that's just it was I don't know. I've been like, all right, the last time I showed pictures Saturday, I didn't show any graffiti. I'm trying not to show any graffiti right now. Because I want to show that I can,
Get out of that.
I can tell more of a story than just that.
Yeah,
Exactly. Like the Instax thing was just it was so easy. It was a lot
It
of
was
fun.
cool.
Like
It was cool.
I don't know. I hadn't seen anything like that.
Shout out to Loser for giving light catchers and insects camera.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was fucking dope.
That was
Oh
Fucking
yeah,
dope,
I had to, man. I remember
Yeah.
when I went out there and shot with y'all, like that was so much fun.
Okay, so like he went out there with the kids, dude. The kids fucking love that, dude. Like that is some shit that they will remember forever. Cause he brought the wide format.
He did bring the
right, the wide format.
Uh-huh.
And each kid got to shoot several pics like on that and like
That's
keep
dope.
them. That shit like
Well, that's what's cool
Fucking
about the
changed
insects.
them, bro.
The
Yeah.
fact that it's
Changed
one
them.
shot.
Yeah,
If you're not keeping it and you're gonna give it to someone, that's it. There's no other copy of that.
well, some
I think that's what's really cool about it.
yeah, I love the like. All right, my whole magazine was called Instacrack, and that was like, you know, you take that picture, you get that little high, you just keep going. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to stay on that high as long as you can.
Yeah,
like
yeah, for
that's
sure. Yeah.
That's
No,
what
I like it.
That's what addicts
I
do.
like it. If you watch that movie I told you about, he I don't think they do it in the movie, but if you look behind him, because in his room he has like in your room he has wall art all over. I think we all grew up like that, and you'll see that he did something cool with the Insta films, where he did a portrait of someone, but it was 3 shots. So you just stack it on top of each other as a picture. So like his foot, his mid body, and then his top,
okay.
and then
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it like
yeah.
that, which was dope. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Instax because it's just then and there.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it too. I like when people pull it out. I'm like, oh, that's dope.
I like the different like man. I saw where Polaroid dropped like Star Wars film. Like I like that shit.
Yeah.
Then they have like the Peanuts film too.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that shit's cool to me. Yeah,
I don't
like
even know about that.
Yeah,
The little
it's-
border,
it's-
the bottom piece.
like
right?
you know Adolf. He shoots on the strip. Fail.
Hitler? I don't know.
He's a guy who shoots locally. I think he has his hands in like squeeze box. But he shoots a bunch of Instax and he had a bunch of like
I know him. See,
Yeah.
again.
yeah. There you go. Like he had,
I know him through Rob, who owns a skate shop.
downtown.
What's the name of the skate shop?
Yeah, I mean,
That's horrible.
the degrees of separation in the city is
Siempre.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's called
Oh, okay.
Siempre.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was down there last week or a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. What was I going with that?
Just because you said squeeze box, I'm sorry. Go squeeze box, Instax. He's doing that too.
Yeah. My boy
Yeah.
Adolf does that as well. I can't remember where I was going with that.
No, yeah. I think that was it. I think we were saying like that was his thing. Yeah, and it was dope. His stuff is dope too.
I
like
like
it.
how you go to the bar and you see all of his pictures there. That's cool as
That
hell.
is.
Oh, okay.
remember
Like
you-
you have him just play
okay,
the
dude.
squeeze.
Your Taylor Swift.
Oh, and when I was doing Instacrack 3, some of that film I used was like Taylor Swift film.
Oh, that's what we're talking about. Like
So I was-
Peanuts and yeah.
So I was
Okay.
putting like I have Hoodlum on Taylor Swift film, and that's
That's
fucking.
funny. That is funny.
I got these
That's
dudes,
awesome, man.
holding guns, drinking lean, smoking weed,
like, Hoodlum.
like
Yeah.
On like a Barbie stamp film.
on Taylor
Yeah,
Swift
yeah,
film.
yeah, I know, I
It's
know.
so dope. They never
contrast.
realized
That's
it.
a little
Juxtaposition.
juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Juxtaposition, yes.
I just
Yeah.
I just
That's
picture
dope.
them listening. Whoop whoop! Like now, hearing the podcast.
Fucking barred out.
They'd get a
fucking
kick out of
Taylor
it. They'd
Swift.
get a kick out
Yeah,
of it.
it's dope. That is cool.
That's
man.
funny. Man.
But I do like shooting film more than digital.
Yeah, that's what you're doing a lot now. I know you do you always have disposables on you?
I growing up, I always had them, and then
Yeah.
like the past maybe like 5 years, I've been trying to like get back into it like that.
Yeah.
Like it's just expensive.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Do you have a film camera?
I do, but
It's not working.
it's that Holga. Remember I showed it to you
Oh,
a while
yeah,
back.
yeah,
Oh, the plastic one?
Yeah, and it's just I need to sit down and get a real one, but
Yeah, Hogas are like hit or miss, man. They're so produced in such a shitty way that you could get one Hoga and it's not gonna look like that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I think I told you that
They're
when
plastic.
I went to Brazil, I took a Nikon F100. I bought 3 of those. by
and
the way.
will you tell that other story that happened to you in Brazil?
What? Shut the fuck up. So I took an F100. Dude, you know what's crazy? Is like I had just worked all fucking summer and I guess by Marbach, dude. That Sears call center that's by Marbach.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I fucking worked there. I was like, when people were pissed off, I was at the last of the line. So it's just like irate people 8 hours a day, right? So I worked there, got an F100, got 3 lenses, and I was like, I'm going to Brazil, bought 100 fucking rolls of film, bro. It's like film days, right? So I got that, I got like a small digital camera, and I Hoga. I came back with only the whole gun, dude. Dude, I got fucking robbed.
That's what I was talking about. That story.
Okay, I thought you were talking about something.
No, the other one you can't talk about.
Okay, yeah. No, I'll talk about the fucking robbery. Okay, yeah, for sure.
In Brazil.
Okay, I thought I had told you too much. Hold up.
You probably did.
It's a beautiful place. It's
It's a beautiful place.
No, man, yeah, like I fucking get there and I'm like, holy shit. This is like before like City of Gods and all that shit. So like I don't know how fucking rough it was, right?
Yeah.
Brazil?
Like, yeah, Brazil.
Yeah,
So I
all
get
the
there,
cameras.
I go to this
Tourist.
place called
He was in tourist mode.
Salvador do Bahia, which is like the northeast Brazil. It was fucking dope. And I get there, I'm like, I can't just walk around and shoot here. So like I don't really shoot. And then one day, like I went to the like fucking touristy part and I was like, I'm gonna take my fucking camera. Like it's like guarded, right? I'll drop it off on the way home. So I take it, come back, and I take the bus. It takes me wrong, and I go straight to the university. But I just go straight to the university while I was taking classes at. It was like a study abroad thing. So I was like, not a big deal. I'm going to fucking take the camera. Right? There's a fucking goat hanging out in the middle of the university when I'm walking to class. I was like, I got to take a picture of this goat. Fucking, all right. So I take out my camera, fucking snap. This motherfucker comes out of the corner of my eye. Fucking big old filetto, dude. Like, big old knife, like he's going to fucking cut watermelon, dude. And he's like, give me the fucking camera, man. I was like, fuck. So I got fucking robbed. I got my hand cut. I got my fucking M100 stolen. An 85 1.8, 24 2.8. I just got left with like the 50 1.8.
Hey, but you got all 10 fingers?
I got all 10
Yeah.
fingers. I got all 10 fingers. And the digital camera, my drunk ass passed out on the beach one day and just woke up and it was fucking gone.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's got that IOU in your
For
head.
sure, man. Yeah, man.
Well, at least that sounded
So,
like a good time.
It was alright. It was alright.
It was dope. You got these
It was
like
dope
random.
up until I got robbed, dude. Because then I was paranoid the fuck out, like afterwards for like 3 weeks.
Well, you paranoid
Yeah.
about that when he took the most
Yeah,
expensive thing you
I
had.
did.
No,
I
he
was just
still
like-
has. He still has his life.
I still got that whole
take
guy,
his
dude. I
life.
still got that whole guy. I shot like 3 rolls of film the whole time I was there, dude. It was fucking catastrophe.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I mean, like I had a good time while I was going. Like my day consisted of like waking up at noon, going to the beach, fucking chilling, going to class, going home, eating, and then fucking partying till like 3 or 4 in the morning, and
Yeah,
like
that's-
fucking repeat in
sounds like a
Brazil.
good-
Sounds really,
Yeah, it
really,
was
really horrible,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So what about these other? Yeah, his mind was like, yeah, we can't.
So
talk
you
about
you
that.
had one bad day. Is that what you're telling me? You had one bad day?
So he can't talk about the good ones.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
No, that's
Yeah, that one day really messed
No.
up that whole trip.
this will come out of my memoir.
Have you ever thought of a name? Like, if you ever do something like that?
Oh fuck.
A
no,
book?
dude.
Like a memoir.
Yeah.
Like mine would be like I was a teenage juggalo.
Yeah?
And it would have nothing to do about juggalos.
Can't buy my love. Can't buy my love. Patrick Dempsey inspired.
Oh my god.
It'd be like goat in a quad or something like that.
Goat in the
Go-
quad.
Ah, there it is.
shit.
There it is.
Fucking deceptive goats.
Don't trust a goat.
Hey, that goat was a ringleader.
That goat
Hey,
was a
fool, I'm gonna
trick.
stand out here when they take a picture.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
rob
Debate.
'em.
He was debate.
Dude. But it was fucking dope, dude. What's ironic is like I should have gotten robbed so many other fucking times, dude. But like
that
at the
time.
university, it was like on the university, fucking noon, literally noon.
Yeah, who would have thought,
And
right?
who would have thought, dude? And then like every night I would go like drink by the beach, and then fucking stumble home at like 3 or 4 in the fucking morning.
And
man.
those days were easy.
And
Nothing.
those days were easy, man.
That's
But
because you look like a local.
No, you know what they kind of, dude. Kind of, yeah. Because people would
Fair
look
enough.
at me and they're like, "Is
Fair
he
enough.
like an original American?" I'm like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Yeah.
But no, like I would hang out. There's this Chinese spot, like dude, by the beach, and that's where like the fucking pimps and hoes would hang out. And then I just go kick it with them, and like I don't know, I get fucked up with them and have a good time.
So we're getting closer.
I think we're
Getting
getting
closer to the true story.
story.
But I think they like me, man, because like it was like a motherfucking, it was like a mile walk back, dude, and like I never got robbed. I would like to think that they were like, oh, he's cool, he's not.
Yeah.
You got the
Because
green
I
light.
for sure
You got
should
the
have been
pass.
robbed. I for sure
No,
should have
you
robbed.
look like a local,
like
dog.
every night.
But when you're
I
walking
should've
around
got
campus with your camera around,
Just like,
oh, they were like that dude.
yeah.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah, man. That's why I was like, what the fuck, man? I was upset. I was like, I've never been robbed on the south side. I've never been robbed on the west side, the east side. Like, this is some bullshit. It's 12 o'clock noon. on the university that I'm taking classes
You're like,
at.
damn, I had so many good street
I felt
smarts.
betrayed. Yeah, I felt fucking stupid and betrayed, man.
That you just literally brought brought me back to the first time I ever got like something stolen from me, robbed. And,
shit.
It was
It's funny that you said the first time.
it was kindergarten. fool.
Kindergarten.
Oh, we took it way back.
I
okay.
had the Ninja Turtle with the turtle where the head went into the shell,
Okay.
and then I put it in my cubby, go to lunch, I come back, it's gone, and I remember my logic was like, that somebody took it, and I was like, yeah, but it's mine, it's gone. Okay, but it was mine though.
Yeah.
Like my mind didn't grasp.
Didn't process that
it's
somebody could
gone.
have taken it.
Yeah.
Second time I was at a
shit.
flea market and I got hustled for some pogs by two people. I was
Mission Pool guy or what?
bro. No, it wasn't mission. It was
Poti.
no, it was like my brother. I have to call my brother, but it wasn't this like single building. It was like on the south side.
Oh, off of like South Cross.
I think so.
What, like
Yeah,
Peacock?
now it's a storage. No.
Yeah,
now
yeah,
it's a
it's there,
storage
yeah.
spot. Yeah.
It was in there, and I remember these two guys. We were like playing pogs, and then we had them all out. One guy took some, and all my other shit was out. Watch my stuff. Let me go get him. I ran, get him. Homie took the rest of the shit. And I was like,
Betrayed.
right, dude. But I
Betrayed.
just didn't. Like I got, but it was
Fuck
one of
that,
those
dude.
like,
Hogs were everything, dude.
Yes, they were.
bro. They took my Beavis and Butthead slammers, dog. And they spin. They were, it's painful, dog.
Man, isn't it crazy what the '90s produced? Weird shit like Pogs.
Fucking weird ass shit, dude. Yeah. 90s were a good time, dude. That's some old man shit, but still, like.
Did you play that in New York? Did you ever play those in New York?
No, we made fun of those guys.
Really?
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm
just kidding. I did it though. I did
I
it.
also
I did it.
rollerbladed in the '90s.
Get it?
I tried. I saw one movie where motherfuckers were rollerblading, and I was like, this is me now. I fucking rollerblading. And then I sucked ass at it and just fucking gave up.
I didn't have the ankles for it, bro.
We were,
I
me
got
and my
deer
friends were
ankles.
pretty good.
Bro. I got deer ankles.
Now my
So
ankles,
you were doing all this stuff, like rails and everything?
we would hit the little rails downtown, like at the Riverwalk, like when the
Oh,
bars.
shit.
Wait, this
go
is
by.
in the '90s. So
I could never
what,
get
like
to that.
what were the
99.
what were the big? What were?
Yeah,
Do you
I
remember
could do
what the
that. My
big
ankles could not handle that.
skaters were back then?
No, I didn't.
Magazines, anything like that?
I didn't keep up with it like that. I just kind of like did it just with the homies.
All right, I'm gonna confess here. I did it too. I was in a magazine now. I hung out with all those dudes.
shit.
Yeah.
I was a fruit
did
booter.
it. I did. It was a good story. There's a company called FR. Shout out to all the FR guys. They're in that video actually. They're in their movie. And I'll give you the origin of FR. So FR, that's all it said, right? And everybody was like, would make up their own names for it.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. When a brand has something like that and people are like, what does it stand for? What does it stand for? So what happened was the guy that started it, he used to work for rollerblades. And then they got into something and he left. So FR stood for fuck rollerblades. So and he started a team in New York. Anyway, those guys blew up. Yeah, I was in that whole mix for a little bit.
Hey, I got a quick question. Have you ever seen that brand RVCA?
Yeah, Ruka.
One more time.
Ruka?
Okay, I never heard of it referred to as that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like
That's what I know.
one of my coworkers said that, and I was just like, RVCA?
Salada?
I just Frenched it up. That's all. Yeah.
Fuck, I'm never gonna live that down. I'm gonna talk with vocal fry from now on.
Ruka, what? Someone said it, you didn't know?
I didn't know. I never knew that's what it was. I've never heard it been referred to it as that.
Today years old.
Yeah,
Fucking
like
bitch.
I was yesterday when I figured that out.
What?
And like my homie was all
that's a
mad.
V.
Yeah, right.
Mom.
No, he said
that's not
Ruvuka.
right.
Ruvuka.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was just like, all right. He made it a thing, and I asked some customers. They just kind of looked at me all weird and were like, yeah,
Taking
RVCA.
polls.
RVC.
Questionnaires.
I think that's why he got mad because I asked all the customers like,
You need to verify it? I need to check this. I need to fact check this. Hold on.
Synopsis. Let me live check this.
As people are coming up, be like, hey, can you fill out this poll for me, please?
Because I don't believe this motherfucker. One second.
And my coworker needs to realize, like, I'm just an asshole like that. Like, I just do that. Just
Don't take it personal.
yeah,
That's
like,
just me.
I'm gonna do that to 20 more times.
It is.
Don't think I'm picking on you. I would pick on anyone.
Well, it's about that time. We've been here for about an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's been good.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me, bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
for
I
real.
like watching your videos that you do.
Oh, damn. Those are funny.
Like, if you notice, I watch them. I take time to watch them.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I like those videos that you do.
appreciate
I like seeing everything. You know, all the tips you give, everything like that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
that shit's
yeah. I
dope.
was doing some tips for a little bit. Yeah, carousels.
Like, keep
yeah.
doing that shit. That shit's dope.
Yeah, you know, because I think that, not to prolong this, but I think where people mess up when they try to do something is it's all take. Like a good friend of mine, his reference is you make too many withdrawals and not enough deposits.
Oh yes,
Right?
yes.
So like, I think of the same thing in any medium that I try to do. I always try to give and then let everything else just kind of come back to me. So like those carousels you see on my Instagrams, it's just me trying to, like, that's the only way I can think of, like, giving tidbits. Like, yeah, I could post pictures, people think of the dope, and I could probably write how I took them, but I don't know if anybody would read all that. So I was just like, well, let me find another way.
No, man, keep
to
doing those
kinda
tidbits.
give-
That shit's dope.
Yeah.
Anytime I see
and
that,
they're little tips, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, exactly.
2-minute videos. Yeah, it's funny.
I like seeing that shit.
I appreciate it, bro.
I'll take time out of my day to watch what you do. Like, that's
That's dope.
interesting
I
to me.
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Well, shit. We'll start right here. If they want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, the IG, man, just find me on IG, John Hendrick _photo.
And is
Find
that
me there and
is
hit
that the
me
only
up.
platform that you're like active on?
That would be it. If you find me on that and the link on the bio, you're gonna hit the link tree and you'll find my webpage, which is my name anyway, johnhendrick.com. And then you'll find everything else. So yeah, I'm all types of platforms, but just go to IG. It's probably the center of it all.
There we go. There we
Yeah,
go.
I appreciate it.
And also, if any of y'all want to make any donations to Light Catchers, how do they do that?
Yeah.
Go to Instagram,
Nonprofit.
Lightcatchers 210, just the way it sounds. And there's a link up in there. Yeah, there's a PayPal link. So fucking donate. The little babies
Yeah.
would appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Check
there's-
out
there's
their
like-
work if you haven't.
Yeah,
Their work's
like
amazing.
During most of the year, like our budget is zero, literally. We get help at the end of the year for like the big end of year photo show, which is fucking dope, and we appreciate. But we want to try to do different stuff. This year, my goal is do everything that we usually do a couple months before the school year ends, and then the last couple months focus on film photography and darkroom printing. So yeah, that's my goal this year, man. That's my goal this year because that's the way I felt fucking in love with photography. Is like I said, I was doing film back in the day and just seeing that image pop up in front of you, and that was it, man.
So
And
film,
that was
you know,
it.
I got you. I'll give you all the film
Yeah,
you need.
yeah, man. Like it's so yeah. Hit us up. My own Instagram, Francisco Cortez 210 CORTS. Yeah, I don't fuck with Twitter or Snapchat. I'm some
yeah.
old man
Yeah.
shit, maybe.
Dave-
I mean, you
David.
might find me on Facebook because I'm old as fuck, but like, I'm not.
Right next to his MySpace.
I'm not putting. Yeah, I'm on Friendster.
He's on
Friendster.
MySpace. It's all the same.
Anyways, yeah,
Man, I miss the MySpace layouts.
I do, man.
Yeah, you can put
Hurt
music.
feelings and shit with
Yo,
your
top
fucking
six.
top friends.
Yo, you didn't make the top six?
I was like, you ain't shit, bro. Sorry.
You shuffled me. Why am I 4?
Fucking you left me at the party. That's why.
What happened to Tom?
I feel like he's probably living his best life, dude. I don't know.
No, that dude made zillions.
Yeah, yeah. He
Dude,
fucking
He had to
set
get
the
out.
foundation.
Get out.
when you could attach a song to your profile and people knew it was good.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be sweet, and so I had Maxwell, Women's Wear.
Maxwell, Raphael Sadiq on there.
Come on, girl. You know I'm deep.
They want to get a hold of you, Smitty. How do they get a hold of you?
IG, likewise. No Facebook, no Snapchat either. Sinclair _A.
Boom.
Simple.
That's it.
Oh, nah, go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
right.
You can't do that.
Do tell. Do
Just
tell.
something stupid I heard.
Well, what'd you hear?
Yeah.
Man,
We all about to hear it.
nothing begins with N and ends in G. But anyway.
I love y'all.
What's that?